is a northern part of North Korea.
Northern part of North Korea.
Are you going there on the next tour?
No, I don't think that they don't do comedy shows there, do you?
So I think that's the thing, like in North Korea, I knew about comedy, but in comedy, they have to glorify the dictators, like the leaders in their comedy.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So I was like so shocked in America, people can make fun of everything.
Yeah.
Or themselves or anything.
Yeah.
So
Some people's entire act is making fun of leaders.
Yeah.
That's all they do is make fun of
Well,
them.
there's a dinner that they have every year where you make fun of the president.
And the president is there.
And the president has to be there and then get made fun of in front of everybody in the
They don't
world.
get executed.
You know,
Yeah.
crazy,
What a
right?
question, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some people say the reason Donald Trump ran for president is because he was made fun of at that dinner before he was president. And everybody was laughing at him, and he just said, all right, fuck it. I'm going to show you how easy this is.
So is this a conspiracy theory or real?
What is real? Do you know what I mean? What is real anymore? Okay, so you grow up there, okay, and your life is incredibly difficult growing up there. I mean, even accessing food is incredibly hard, right? You had to eat
Grasshoppers.
grasshoppers,
Dragonflies.
butterflies,
Dragonflies.
Butterfly sounds.
Butterflies is
It
okay.
actually sounds beautiful when you say it like that.
What's your favorite insect? Like if you had to rank them. Not much, right? Harder to catch.
You know, we use a
Now you also told that story on Rogan about eating the rats. Yeah. Awesome. I mean, unbelievable. This is a common occurrence to eat the rats, or is this like one? This is unbelievable.
In North Korea,
Yes.
their problem was just having too much food.
Yes. That is the
Yeah, that's his
problem.
problem. He has a big problem.
Yeah, I have certain things I just don't want to eat because I don't want to eat so fast.
That's what Americans were teaching me when I came to America. They said you need to watch out the food label and don't eat rice. It's like,
Did they
that's
tell you
what
that right away? Because right away you probably needed the food. That's
in
kind of
South
the
Korea.
thing to do. You've been starving your whole life and they're like, well, don't eat too much.
Yeah, well, she goes,
In South Korea, they did it. They would like feed us.
Yeah.
Initially, we cannot digest normal food like normal people.
Wow.
I mean, like the Holocaust survivors, you cannot give them steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their stomach cannot process
Right.
and salt like that. So you need to start with like little bit of like a water and some salt, and then increase the the
Yeah.
fat in the food.
Yeah, I was listening to that podcast. You said that your first meal when you were in South Korea was eggs. That was the
Yeah.
wildest thing that you could dream up
Yeah,
of.
boiled eggs.
Yeah, but I do need to know because I grew up in New York City, and there are tons of rats in New York City.
Yep.
Now, you also moved here. You went to school here.
Yep.
Were there ever times where you saw rats and you were like, run it back one time? Did you think about that at all? Just because it's old habit, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
So I got intimidated by American rats because they were so much bigger than North Korean rats. So even the
Because they get more food.
Yeah. Even the rats are fat here. Even the rats are obese.
like size of like rabbit.
yeah.
My mom and
You
I
can feed a
was
family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're like my mom and I was like in the subway. We're like, is that a rat? It's like it's a bunny almost.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
The different size rats. North
For
Korean
sure.
rats like maximum is like this big.
Oh, wow.
They're
like
it
mice.
just-
Very small.
They cannot grow because we catch them before they become big too.
Yeah. Is there a way to prepare it? Like, is there like a dish? Like, I mean this honestly. Like, is there a
Yeah.
way that you? What is the best rat dish?
So rat dish is depends. Like if the people have a lot of TB, tuberculosis, right?
Right.
I mean, I had and my sister, everybody in North
Everybody gets TB.
Korea from malnutrition.
Right.
So in that case, we need to boil it. So we skin it and then get the intestines out.
No.
And then we boil it and then until the bones become.
What's wrong?
I'm just imagining cooking those rats is crazy.
Okay,
Yo,
go, keep going, keep going. No, yeah. Yeah. Wait, what are you doing?
It's a delicacy, no?
It's a delicacy, Al.
Are there any things you miss? Like, do you miss the grasshoppers? Or like, would you consume any of that stuff now?
Oh, hell no.
You didn't have to eat it anymore, but we're just saying.
Yeah.
we're just
Maybe
saying-
you miss it. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
No, nothing about that food I miss.
Okay.
I think now in America they keep saying how we need to eat insects to save the planet. Like, no way. I'm joking, you know?
No.
It's like I would not want to go back.
Yeah.
So
There is a restaurant, I'm pretty sure, in Midtown that
Yeah.
does like
Yeah.
insects.
There's
like,
protein bars with crickets in them.
It's like a
Protein
Peruvian
bars.
restaurant where like they'll do like ant rice, and so it's rice with ants in it.
Yeah.
oh my
But there's a
God.
lot of places in the world that will eat like grasshoppers or chocolate-covered crickets or something like
Yeah,
that.
chocolate covered.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the point.
That's what you guys need. Yo, you're right. It's chocolate's doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Why did you guys do chocolate? You should have just gotten some chocolate and
Yo,
dipped it
if
in.
you want to send aid to North
Fondue,
Korea,
dude.
just
Yeah.
ship them some Cadberries.
Yeah,
That's
That's all
exactly.
you need. Yeah. Okay. So the rats, that was pretty much it. Sometimes you do it. You said sometimes you do it
Snakes.
boiled. Snakes, but snakes is common. There are people that eat snakes. But the rats is just the most wild thing.
Yeah, I think-
wow. Yeah. I think to us, because we're so used to like trying to get rid of them. You know, also like Western people have this huge fear of rats because it killed like a third of the human population.
Okay.
Have you heard of like the Black Plague or the
Yeah,
bubonic
of
plague?
course, in Europe,
So,
yeah.
so there's probably like this little concern.
I think to this day there's something like is what I remember eating cockroach.
Yes.
I think that I'm sure like nobody wants to like date me right now.
You're engaged though. You already.
But cockroach we eat as a snack. And if you, it's like with my friends, like they're boys, like they are faster. Cockroaches are faster, so they catch it.
Yeah.
And then they show me how to eat it. If you flip their tummy, there's inside like looks like a little grain in it. Looks like a brown rice grain. So that's the most like delicious part in cockroach.
Oh,
Really?
you got to do a
Yeah.
cooking show. This would be an awesome. Yeah, you could be on the Food Network. This would be cool.
That I'm not proud of.
Because this guy, he one time we were eating and there was a fly in his soup, like one small little mosquito, and he wanted the whole meal to be free.
That's not true.
Now he wanted the whole
That's
thing to
not
be
true.
free because he said,
I eat it. I eat
you
that
don't
kind
eat
of
it.
stuff.
You don't
I don't
eat it.
care. I don't care.
If you found one little fly in your food, would you be like, oh, that's gross, and throw it away?
Leave it in.
Totally. I mean, it's good
Yeah.
for your immune system. That's how I survived. Like,
You would just,
I have zero allergy.
you would just keep
And
going.
people ask, like, do you have allergy? Like, no.
What's an allergy?
What's an allergy? Exactly. You don't have a word for allergy.
Right.
Yeah, because we eat everything.
Oh, that's crazy. So
Okay.
you never complain when you go to restaurants?
No.
No.
If the content is not big enough, I complain.
Oh, you want the American portions. If you're paying 80 bucks,
Excess buck.
Yeah.
Excess
if you're paying 80 bucks for a dish, you don't want one little bite. You
No.
know? That's a North Korean restaurant where they just give you one little bite or something. But if you open one here, though, it could be good.
Now, what do you say when like okay, let's continue on your story. So, 13 years old, you find a way to basically escape to China, right? And you and your mother go.
Yeah.
Okay. You escape to China. How? Like crossing a frozen river? And what? It was so cold that the guards are down. Like, what is this? What is this situation? How do people stop the illegal immigration?
So there are like every 10 meters guards with machine guns. And now after Kim Jong-un came, he buried the landmines and then put the electrified wire fences. And then facial recognition cameras from China put on the border. So now escaping from North Korea became impossible.
You were before this, right?
I was right before that. It was still the like with the machine guns and guards every 10 meters. No, the people the lady was helping me, she was a broker. So she bribed the guard. That's why I didn't get shot.
Okay, so she bribed the guard, and then you and your mother get across, and then immediately after getting across, your mother's sold. You told this story on Rogan.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, I need to ask something. You were telling the story, and you said in the story, I need to know if you were just using this as like vernacular, like we use it, or this is true. You said that your mother was sold to mentally retarded farmers.
As a sex slave.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Your mother was sold to mentally retarded farmers, right? Now, were you saying that in terms of like people that are stupid, or they were actually they were mentally ill people, like they were dumb?
Actually can't function, they cannot put their pants on, like they like limp, like actual physical, and in their head.
They work for farmers, they own the farm or something like that?
So my mom was sold several times. So one time she was sold to this family, and of course the son couldn't function. He was very disabled, but the parents and the
They-
had a farm. It was like I think China privatized after the Deng Xiaoping came.
Right.
So they had their own farm.
Holy shit.
Family work.
So she's immediately sold there. You also sold.
So immediately she was raped.
Oh,
And then they brought us together and then negotiating our price. And then they realized my mom was older, so they sold for like $65 for her. And then I was a child virgin. I was 13 and virgin, so they decided to sell me over $20.
Oh my
So
God.
sold me separately to a different broker.
Oh my God. And this is all part of the person that was transporting you. She knew when she was transporting you that this would immediately happen on the other side.
Yeah.
So
but-
this is the cost of getting out.
But the craziest thing is that I'm not hating her, is because she sold her children the same way.
Oh my God.
If I was not get sold into China, you'd not see me because I've been dead.
100%.
2007.
Wow. Oh my God.
The only way you could survive is being sold.
Yeah.
Wow.
She got executed for that 2 years later.
Somebody told her, or
The authorities caught her, and then they executed her.
and when they execute her, they also arrest 8 generations of her family,
3 generations, up to 8 generations.
like 3 and 8.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now, I know that your father was arrested earlier. And when he was arrested, did other people also get arrested with him?
So there is 2 types of crime in North Korea. Political crime and economic crime. So political crime is where what you make fun of the president.
Yeah.
That kills 8 generations
That's
of
a
your
bigger
life.
deal.
8
Yeah.
generations.
It's like literally one guy, the top official, escaped. More than 30,000 people got
Saw you say that.
sent to prison camp. They did not even know they were related to that guy because they're so far out from in-laws of the in-laws and in-laws, right?
One guy.
Yeah.
And it was for being critical of the president, or...
Criticized. He escaped to South Korea and then criticized the regime.
So he criticized the regime over there, and then they just scooped up his entire family. 35,000 people that were related to him, and that's how they sent the message. Now, those people, they go to, you said there's 3 different types of prisons
Prison
there.
camps, yeah.
There's the concentration camp,
Labor camp.
labor camp, and then
Re-education.
re-education.
Re-education camp is will be less than 2 years sentence. Prison camp is where my father sent over 10 years sentence. For the prison camp is a lifetime sentence. But when you go to political prison camp, you don't last more than 1 year. It's like Nazi Germany is reaction. They work you to death. They ask you to clean the degrees of nuclear weapon, those testing sites. That's where they
All
need,
the cancer you get.
of course.
Oh,
They need all these people to test nuclear weapons and then clean those debris afterwards.
oh my God.
You've been so outspoken when they go after you.
That's what I was gonna ask.
They did. They first put me on their killing list,
Yeah.
and I was informed by South Korean intelligence. And then they put all my families from mom both sides and denounced me as the Western propaganda. And then they all disappeared, which means
Oh
concentration camp.
my God. Wow. Now, when you're in China, you have this unbelievable Mongolia, and then from Mongolia to South Korea. You have to cross the Gobi Desert. this is a 24-hour, when I was listening to the podcast, you said it was a 24-hour straight journey. It's negative 40 degrees. What are you wearing? How are you staying warm? Like, how do you prepare for this? Are you taking water? I'm trying to understand.
I mean, it's gonna freeze. Water gonna freeze.
yeah, so-
Even your entire thing is all like ice. If you breathe, it becomes like all like ice. So, that's the thing. I was rescued by missionaries.
Yes.
And they said, you have to believe in miracles, otherwise you're not gonna make this trip. The chance of surviving is 1%. So, but we don't have like gloves or gears or like paddings, jacket, and then no gloves. So afterwards, we got everything frozen, or our face took a wire for us to heat our skin. Wow. Yeah.
The missionaries that you said would make you, like they would test you on the Bible, and if you didn't do well, they might not take you. Did they do that just so you would believe in miracles more strongly? Was that the idea? Do you know why? Because it seemed to me, I was like, yo, just rescue these people. Who cares how well they know the Bible?
Right, so that's the thing. They believe that North Korean people cannot learn about Bible because the Kims copied the Bible and brainwashed us in the same theology. And like, if people hear about God and Jesus Christ, we're gonna not know the same thing they're telling us. So in North Korea, if you read the Bible, you get executed.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like this is the biggest crime you can make in North Korea. So these Christians thought like they need to save North Koreans and let them know the gospel. So they rescued us, and the price was us becoming Christians.
Yeah.
And that's why we had to write down the Psalms and memorize and testing and praying and fasting and a month of training. Then,
God would have just saved them, but that's fair.
Wait a minute. Did they? Are you still Christian?
yeah,
Really?
I became one after my son. I wasn't. I was an atheist for a long time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then having my son, like, what? This is a miracle.
Yeah.
I had to become one.
Okay, so then you eventually get to South Korea. From South Korea, you come over here, you study at Columbia, and now you've just gotten your citizenship. Bravo.
Hey,
American. Okay, so we've got, some, like, we have tons of, obviously, questions. We're so curious, and I also want to talk about your new book and your old book, and we'll make sure that we plug everything there. Okay, so many different things that I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
A million. I never write down, like, notes for a
Really?
podcast. These are the notes that I have. I need to know, okay, are there any nice parts of North Korea? Is there, like, an aspect?
There are more than 2,000 private resorts for the Kim Jong-un.
Yes.
In these private resorts, they are all pleasure squad members waiting for him to come visit.
Pleasure squad
So just
members.
the young girls in North Korea, the officials have to find the young girls who look pretty. And then when they turn 16 or 17, they send them to capital Pyongyang and train them to become, there are 3 groups in pleasure squad. The satisfactory group is where you perform in sex acts. And the other group is a happiness group, is where you learn how to massage the dictator or like give him the acupuncture like that. And the last group is the dancers and musicians.
And magicians.
Musicians.
Musicians.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he liked magic.
He don't like magic, but like he likes the girls like naked and dancing more than that.
Yeah, most guys like the naked girls more.
I really prefer David Blaine.
You like magic over. Okay.
Let's be friends after.
Magic is so much more fun.
Wow, okay. Now, okay, so the videos, sometimes there are these videos you see coming out of North Korea. And they make North Korea look quite normal. It doesn't look rich, but it doesn't look as poverty-stricken as people like you and others who have gone to actually live in North Korea say. What do you say about these videos? Are they all like, he'll bring up, is it all fake? Is it all created? Like, trick the West? Like do you even recognize this place?
It's Pyongyang. It's the capital of North Korea. Yeah, do you see that everything is a propaganda banner?
Right.
There's no ads.
All of these. Oh, there's no advertisement.
Nobody can like get a glory other than they can.
What does that say, that first sign?
It's like, let's power the parties with everything that we have.
So are these places like propped up by the regime to look nice,
Hunger Games?
Yeah.
So it's like North Korea, like that. There's a capital and there's other districts.
So
Other,
the capital is nice.
yeah, because that's called the heart of North Korea, heart of the regime. So that's why regime says here though we keep, as long as we can keep 10% alive, which is in Pyongyang, we are not going to do anything to die of starvation because it's easy to do socialism when you have less people.
Oh.
Starving is on purpose to let us die.
Because it's less people to take care of.
It's easy to control less population, right? And also, if we are starving, we have no energy to fight.
Obviously trying to create some sort of revolution.
Yeah, so within North Korea, we have no freedom to travel to Pyongyang.
Oh, I was going to ask you, have you ever been to
I've
Pyongyang?
been before my father arrested. I've been once.
Because before your father's arrested, life was not as
He was a party member. Yeah, I had a relatively fine life for North Korean standards.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which means I had like food 3 times a day, still no electricity, no cars, no toys, I still like took care of clothes, no shower, no sewage, no bathroom. I mean,
Oh, and that was good for.
no refrigerator, no washer. I mean,
Wow.
that was a good North Korean lifestyle. I was not dying from starvation.
Yeah, because he was a party member.
He was, 6 million of men are party members, so it's not that significant.
Got you.
He was a party member, but still, yeah, better than most of, I guess, middle class.
Wow. So that's why they'll let foreigners go to Pyongyang. Because it gives the perception,
Yeah.
like, oh, it's not as bad as people say.
It's a Disney World,
Exactly.
right? But the thing is, even within Pyongyang, remember that Otto Warmbier from Virginia Tech, the
Yeah.
young man who got killed by the
Yes,
regime?
yes.
Even as a tourist, when you go to North, you cannot walk around freely.
You're always accompanied.
Absolutely. Even in your hotel room, you cannot. His crime was going to the wrong floor in his hotel by himself without
Wow.
the guard.
I'm not even pushing the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying you push the floor.
Yeah.
I'm not even. Was there an elevator? Yeah, there's got to
Yeah,
be.
there
an
was
elevator.
in the hotel.
Yeah.
It's elevator.
Now, where is the money coming into North Korea in order to prop up the